Hey guys, what's up? It's 8-Bit Eric, and today we are going to take a look at 4 games from the Nintendo Switch eShop and see if they are worth checking out. So guys, if you're brand new to the channel, feel free to throw a subscription and let's begin today's video. So the first video game that we have up from the Nintendo Switch eShop is called Boxing Champs. It's a boxing game on the Nintendo Switch. Duh, from the title. But yeah, of course, looking at this, first impression shows this is clearly a budget Nintendo Switch game. And this often is unfair. When graphics look like this, you know, this cookie cutter paper doll type of look with these generic cartoony looking characters, games can often get overlooked. But I'm here to tell you that this is actually a really quality game. I've had a lot of fun playing this. It kind of plays like Rock'em Sock'em Robots. Now, the controls are really easy to pick up and play. You move around using the left analog stick. The right analog stick actually controls your jab. So if you like push forward, you do a jab. If you push it to the side, you do like a hook. And if you push back, you do an uppercut. And this game actually is quite fun. It's simple, but honestly, I've had a blast. Now, there is a single player and a multiplayer. Multiplayer is more like 1v1. Single player, you have solo quick matches and you have a career mode. The career mode is actually pretty robust, and there's actually quite a bit of characters in this game, and a couple of them are actually parodies and tributes to real boxers of yesteryear. There's like Kid Dynamite, The Greatest, you know, clearly Muhammad Ali and Mike Tyson. You also have references to other boxers and stuff like that, but there's even a creative boxer, which is a little, I mean, simple template type of changing with the hair and the pants and the gloves and everything, but it was still a nice little addition thrown in there. Now, again, what I said with the mechanics, it's actually really solid. It's simple to pick up and play. You can even use the face button to throw the jabs and stuff, and it's actually quite a bit of fun. I think honestly the one thing that might make people overlook this title again is the graphics. These of course are like any other budget title out there on the Nintendo Switch where people immediately think it labels it as shovelware, and I really think that's unfair. I think this game is definitely worth a look in the Nintendo eShop. I honestly had a blast checking it out, and I cannot absolutely wait to play co-op against somebody. Trust me on this one. If I ever did you wrong, I apologize, but Boxing Champs is actually not bad as far as a basic, cheap eShop game goes. So I'm stamping my stamp of approval on this one. Next up, we have an Endless Runner game. I know there's tons of these, and this one's called Scrap. You play as a cute little robot that kind of reminds me a little bit of WALL-E, and the first part of the game has you escaping a factory, and then there's different areas eventually, but each area has tons of rounds that basically have you avoiding obstacles such as pits and, you know, like laser beams and barriers and spikes and different things like that. And the main objective is to collect as many cells. There's like battery cells that are scattered throughout the levels and not die and make it all the way to the end of the exit. So if you've played any kind of runner game, I guess you've played Scrap. Now, this one kind of doesn't have as much personality or charm as anything else like Bit Trip Runner or anything like that. It's pretty bare bones as far as any kind of story goes or anything like that. It does have that quirky little like robotic steampunk type of vibe that a lot of indie games get and everything. But again, this one kind of plays it safe when it comes to being a runner game. So there's nothing really out there that makes it stand out in the crowd or innovate in any type of form or fashion. And the controls, just like any other Endless Runner, basically you just have to jump. You can jump and you can do a double jump. That's it. There's no kind of special attacks, no special kind of maneuvers. You can't even speed up. I mean, for an Endless Runner, it actually moves kind of slow. There's no way to make yourself go faster or any slower. And yeah, I mean, with these things, it's hit or miss, really. I just think there's too much of an influx of Endless Runners already. Let's move on from this genre and create some new exciting stuff. So for Scrap, I gotta go ahead and say maybe not worth a look unless you are really an Endless Runner fan. I'm gonna go ahead and say just skip over it. Now, next up we have Dead Dungeon. This is another game that there are plenty of indie titles that play a lot like this. You know, if you think of like Super Ninja Rabbit or Super Meat Boy or Slime Son, it's one of those games where you control a cute little character that has to basically navigate his way through single screen stages that have stuff like spikes, buzzsaws, and enemies that can all kill you with one hit. And this is a trial and error based game. Scattered throughout the levels, you'll find different icons like donuts and different types of objects that you can collect. And the main concept is to make your way across the level, find the key that opens the door, and make your way to the door safe and sound. And just like all the other games that are in this genre, it's incredibly difficult and hard. Do not let the cartoony, cutesy vibe of Dead Dungeon go ahead and fool you, because this one does not screw around. There was one level where I was just totally stuck. The spikes kind of like transformed or moved left to right on different platforms and stuff, and I almost rage quit just trying it out. There does seem to be a fair amount of content though on here, thankfully, so you will be playing lots of different levels and stuff, which is kind of nice. But again, in a genre that's kind of oversaturated with games that are quite similar, it is a little bit difficult to kind of want to get behind one of these games and things. And I really didn't see anything, again, with this title that really made it stand out with anything. I was kind of like, well, you know, I have other games that are like this that are a lot better. Like Super Meat Boy, for example. It's just, I've already played tons of games like that. And when I play games, I try to look for something new and unique to try out. And a lot of times, I find it. That's why I play a lot of things on the eShop, which this final game, Maddening Euphoria. Maddening Euphoria is kind of like a platforming puzzle game, but it brings a unique graphical style that's almost trippy. It's like you're playing an illusion. You control a character that circles around a platform that just goes like 360 degrees, and you encounter procedurally generated obstacles. Everything from like pitfalls to spikes to springs to things that just make you bounce and everything. And you kind of got to keep up your tempo, because if the beam that is kind of like catty corner from you catches up to you on the 360 degrees, you die. And this was actually a really challenging, fun game. It felt like an arcade game almost, just in the fact that it gave you that let's try it one more time factor. I was constantly like, oh man, I got this. But you know, unfortunately, the game adds procedurally generated levels every time, so you can't memorize stuff. You can't do anything like that. The most thing that you can do is be able to identify how patterns are with certain obstacles and stuff. But nevertheless, the thing that caught my attention first and foremost of this game was the graphical style, the artwork, everything like that. And second, the replay value, because it was very addictive. I mean, as soon as you die, you can start over a game instantly. There's a lot of different modes too. There's like a challenge mode that has several different challenges that you can unlock that are really fun. And I love when games go above and beyond for this. Not to mention, there's also like a leaderboard and stuff like that, and different other modes. Different modes that kind of like subtract or take away different abilities and stuff. Even like double the speed and stuff like that. So Maddening Euphoria, I really think is definitely worth a look in the Switch eShop. I know it's not going to be everybody's cup of tea and stuff, but if you like arcade games that are difficult, challenging, and have a great little presence and are a little bit different, you know, games that think outside the box, I really think you should go ahead and give it a little look-see. I think it's 8-bit E recommended on the game grading scale. I'll give it 7.5. Let's be fair. I mean, it's not a perfect game by any means, but it's not bad. And yeah, that's it. This was 4 quick eShop games that you could easily play. They're not too expensive. None of these are going to break the bank. 2 of them I really highly recommend. 2 of them, you know, they're in genres that are kind of oversaturated in the Nintendo Switch that I kind of think, you know what, there's better games out there that might be pricey or even cheaper that you could sink your teeth into quite a little bit better. So go ahead, feel free to check out the boxing game, which I think is a lot of fun, and Maddening Euphoria, and just wait till the other 2 go on sale. And that's it, guys. I hope you liked the new format change. I figured instead of doing multiple videos of each little eShop indie game and stuff, let's try this out and see how it goes. Comment down below, let me know what you think about these games, or just in general anything you would like to say about the channel. And feel free to throw a subscription if you're brand new. It is free to do so, and don't forget to click that little bell doohickey so you can be reminded of when I upload. Thanks a lot, guys, for watching. As always, I will see you on the next one. Have a great day. Peace out. Consider supporting 8-Bit Eric on Patreon for just $1 a month. Link below in the description. You want to become part of the hashtag 8BE Nation, guys? Well, be sure to pick up your official merch, now available online. Link is below in the description. We got classic t-shirts, tank tops, hoodies, and even women's apparel. Don't forget, pick up your official merch now. And while you're at it, guys, feel free to watch the next video, or why don't you catch up on one that you might have previously missed. Thanks again, guys, for all the support. I couldn't do this without you. You guys are amazing, and don't forget to subscribe and click that like button if you are brand new. Thanks again, guys. Peace out.